you're saving even more money there. And remember, my Half Homemade series on YouTube is all about doing recipes from the cookbook. And I've got 110 recipes to get through. I've already shot 8. And we're just getting started with it. So be sure and head over to YouTube and you can subscribe to In the Kitchen with David in the kitchen, and then you'll be able to see all that. Now, Rick Roman is joining us with the Evo sprayer, not one, 2 of these, sir.
That's right.
Good to have you back.
Good to see you.
This is exciting. What we're talking about is a set of 2 of these little atomized or sprayers that with every pull of the trigger dispenses 1/4 teaspoon.
That's right.
Of whatever's inside. Now, I have a set of 2 in the yellow, set of 2 in the green, set of 2 in the charcoal. I only have 150 left in the charcoal.
That's a new.
Here's your set of 2 in the red. Here's purple. Here's blue, and you are correct. Charcoal is our newest color.
Great. So, David, this is the first, with Evo, this is the first and only patented trigger sprayer that you said it allows you to spray and atomize oil. But what I love about it, with each pull of the trigger, it's just a 1/4 teaspoon, so you know exactly how much you're using. But what I love is how far you can go with a 1/4 teaspoon. But to show you why it's going to change how you use oil in the kitchen, typically when you pour oil out of a bottle in the kitchen, it comes out in this heavy stream. So I'm trying to spread this oil over these vegetables. Now,
how much do you have in there?
I have 6 teaspoons of oil. Now, no matter how hard you try, when you're pouring it out of a bottle, you can't spread it over all that. So what do? I wind up using probably 2 to 3 times that amount of oil. So you use excess oil, excess calories, and fat. With our patented trigger sprayer, I'll show you what happens. Watch this. 1, 2, that's only 1/2 teaspoon. 3, 4, 5, and then I'll come up in front. Okay, so think about this. A light, even coat with 1 1/4 teaspoon. This is 6 teaspoons, and I still haven't covered it. Here I get better flavor, better coverage, less calories, less fat. It's a better way to use oil in your kitchen.
And anything that you can atomize will work in here. And I'm
Correct.
talking things like balsamic vinegar.
That's right.
Peanut oil, canola oil, vegetable oil.
That's right.
The only thing what I like to put in mine is soy sauce. Because
Soy
I love
sauce
to
is
order
great.
Chinese food on a Sunday night, but you can pretty quickly drown your food in soy sauce if you're not careful. This allows you to give it just a little hint, a little spray. Let me tell you, the only thing I would not put in here is melted butter, because anything that returns to a solid form,
That's right.
could clog the trigger sprayer.
Correct. There I showed you how if you're close to the plate, you get a narrow spray, and this is if you're far from the plate. And what I love about it, if you have an air fryer, to me this is the ultimate accessory if you have an air fryer, because with an air fryer, you want to use little to no oil, right? So you want to get just a little tiny bit of oil, but you can't do that with a bottle of oil. It pours in that heavy stream. Now I can take my French fries, my onion rings. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1 teaspoon with a light, even coat. It just gives you that perfect flavor with minimal amounts of oil. You're not wasting oil, not spending all that money on excess amounts of oil. I mean, it's just, if you want to do something like popcorn, watch how I can get a nice spread here. And look at how light and even that coat is. Now I'm using chili oil here so you can actually see it, but notice how every piece of popcorn just has a tiny bit of oil. So the flavor is great and it's not drowning in oil.
Well, it's $20.98, and if you have one of these, you can put it on 4Pay today.
I like that credit card.
How about that? The Q card. So if you have a
Q
Q card, you can absolutely put this on 4Pay. If you apply for a Q card today, get approved to make a purchase over $25, we're going to put a $20 QVC account credit on your membership account.
Wow, that's awesome.
A great way for you to use toward a future purchase. And we've sold out of charcoal?
Charcoal's gone?
Charcoal is gone, has left the building. Now what we do have remaining, pop this one down here.
Yeah, sure.
So you're getting a set of 2 in whatever you order. So here's your set of 2 in the yellow, set of 2 in the green, red, purple, and blue. Red is most popular, and now blue is most limited.
So
okay.
David, it doesn't matter how you're going to use it. So whether it's seasoning your meats, your vegetables, your fish, it doesn't matter. If you're doing appetizers, here I have little bruschetta, right? Little tiny appetizers. Now I can get in really close with it, and I can spray a little bit of balsamic on each hors d'oeuvre. And instead of using copious amounts, I want to put a little oil. Look at this, little spritzes of the oil, and I just get just enough. So I'm using a 1/4 teaspoon instead of tablespoons of oil, so you get that beautiful presentation. If you're doing something like you just said, if you want to do soy sauce on your pot stickers, and you only want to get a little bit and just want to spread it, I'm just going to come right over here, right next door. There we go, watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4. All those pot stickers, notice how evenly it coats it, but you get the flavor throughout with a minimal amount. Salads. Think about this. We're trying to eat a little bit smarter, especially this time of year. You don't want to eat heavy. Take your balsamic.
In this heat? No.
Yeah. Take your balsamic vinegar. Go right onto your salad. And each pull, you know, is a 1/4 teaspoon. Now I go with my oil, and I can say, all right, I only want a couple of teaspoons. That right there, David, is 1 teaspoon. I covered this whole plate. And here's a really important thing I want to just point out. When you're using the Evo, you want to make sure that you fully compress the trigger because it's going to engage the compression chamber. In fact, I've said before, this is a patent trigger sprayer. We have a little animation to show you. I don't know if they have it ready, but inside that head, okay, is a compression chamber that pre-fills, okay? So once you fill this with oil, when you pull that trigger, it automatically fills that chamber, it preloads it. And when you pull the trigger, you know you get that 1/4 teaspoon. So other sprayers, you don't know how much you're spraying. You know every time it's a 1/4 teaspoon, so you have the control. And then you can spray it in that wide horizontal spray or a little bit narrow by using the vertical aspect. Now, here's a great thing. If you're cooking in the kitchen and you want to use your own oils, coconut oil, canola oil, 1 spray, look at that, a 1/4 teaspoon covers the whole pan. Now, I just used that vinegar so you could see it, but look how I got an even coat with just a 1/4 teaspoon. So you're going to use a lot less oil and get better flavor.
So 1,200 sets are now gone. We have sold out of charcoal. Blue is getting more limited now. Lots and lots of us are doing these sheet pan suppers.
That's right.
Take a look here.
Okay, 1/4 teaspoon, 1/4 teaspoon, 1/4 teaspoon, 1/4 teaspoon. That's 1 1/4 teaspoons, and look at how I have a little bit of oil. When you grill or roast vegetables, if you put too much oil, it doesn't come out great. Now you get that flavor, but just a minimal amount. If you have something like fish and you want to roast a whole piece of fish, right in front here, I have some salmon. Watch how I can cover this whole piece of salmon with only 1 teaspoon. See how it's light and evenly coated? I mean, it goes on and on, David, whether I'm doing vegetables, whether I'm doing salads. I never open up a bottle of oil anymore in the kitchen. All I do is take my Evo out and spray lightly on my vegetables, on my meats, on my fishes, and I get better coverage and I use so much less.
Look at these gorgeous heirloom tomatoes too.
Let's get a little
really nice little
spray in
balsamic.
Look at that.
Lovely. All right, as we wrap up on this, how many gone now, Sean? 1,500 of these are now gone. Mr. Roman, thank you, sir.
David, always a pleasure.
Don't go away because we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we've got Oster oven, and we've got a really cool item from Lock & Lock that'll help you transport lots of cupcakes at one time.
Cupcakes.
Important cupcakes. Stick around. We're back in moments. You're in the kitchen.